Awesome. All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm going to ask you all to stay muted until the question and answer part so that we can get this immense amount of information out to you guys. I want to introduce someone that's really awesome. She really won us over, but Vanessa, who's the co-founder of this incredible real estate safety platform. Tether RE is a cutting edge safety platform designed to protect you all at every stage of your transaction. So the safety tool can be used before meeting with clients in the field and also when you're just hanging out by the pool. And Vanessa will explain what that means. Tether RE really gives you peace of mind when you're working in the field. Its layered approach to safety really impressed us. So we made it a priority to bring this resource to you guys. You guys have been calling me and saying, "Hey, Fidenza, this is going on." And I say, "You got to call the authorities. That's not me. I'm sorry, but we're doing something about it." Fun fact, real quick: Tether RE is a two-time pitch battle champion, winning top honors at both the NAR 2024 IOI Summit and the 2024 T3 Technology Summit. Really impressive feats. These back-to-back wins reflect the industry's recognition of Tether RE as a game-changing safety platform. Tether RE was also just named 2025 Reach Company, an honor given by the National Association of Realtors Strategic Tech Accelerator Program. And I met some of those people, and they're aggressive. They do really well. This means that NAR has recognized Tether RE as one of the most innovative solutions in the industry, and it's supporting our platform's growth to help protect realtors like you guys across the country. Really proud to be one of the first associations to offer Tether RE as a member benefit. And we really can't wait for you guys to experience it in action. Now, with that, I'll leave it up to you, Vanessa. Go ahead and take over.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I cannot have asked for a better intro. I am so excited to finally be here. Fidenzio and I have been working tirelessly with both of our teams to make sure we can provide this for you. Before I get started, I want to introduce the members of my team that are on the call. You may see them in the chat. We have Brendan Buckley, who runs all things growth. He's my right-hand man. And then Brian Mahoney, he's our COO. He also is lead over our support and tech. So he will be here making sure if anyone has questions on that side of the house that we get those to the right people. So without further ado, we're going to jump in. Now, here's what you can expect on the call today. I'm going to give you guys an overview of what Tether RE is. This is a member benefit given to the first 133, to be exact, people that sign up. So I really encourage you, no matter what, at the end of this call, sign up for that free trial. If for some reason you decide it's not for you, you guys, the first 133 seats are covered. So please jump to this while you can. Okay, let's start with the why. In the last 12 months alone, 600,000 real estate agents met with people alone in homes. Now, 333,000 of those reported back to the NAR that they felt in fear for their personal safety. Of those 333, 60,000 agents were victims of crime. This number is astronomical. It's too high. And it's the reason that we have created a platform to protect you guys in the field. Now, I like to lead with those numbers and then say this 45% of the crimes in the real estate world go unreported. So, this is just the tip of the iceberg, you guys. And it's not just a female issue. 30% of those that reported these crimes were male agents. Now, we all know what September is, I hope. September is Realtor Safety Month. We are in the thick of it right now. It's really cool that we get to do this presentation and roll this out to you during Safety Month. But most of you are inundated with safety tools for this entire 30-day period. And still only 17% of agents have ever even taken a safety class. So we understand you're busy. We're going to give you something that will live on your cell phone, the thing you carry around with you all the time to make sure you have that peace of mind and the protection when you need it. Okay, let's talk about the foundation of Tether RE. What sets us apart? What makes this the most comprehensive safety platform on the market? It's this right here, you guys. We use 24-hour safety monitoring. We are always monitoring you when you're using your Tether RE platform. And this is attached to a live 24-hour dispatch center. So anytime there is an emergency alert that goes off, you are connected to real people. These are in nationwide dispatch centers that are able to then call into your local first response. Do you need fire? Do you need police? Do you need an ambulance? What do you need to help you in that situation? A real person is going to help you determine that and get you the help you need exactly when you need it. All right, we're going to talk about the ways that we tie into this safety monitoring, but I want you guys to keep this piece in mind. All right. Our SOS alert is the first in the field safety monitoring service that you're going to have access to. This is your panic button. This allows you to press a button at any time, and you're going to have the ability to have that dispatch sent to you either immediately or after a phone call. Now, you'll notice a countdown timer pops up. Every agent is going to set a safety pin. You guys will all set your safety pins when you set up your Tether RE app, and you can turn this alert off at any point in time. Okay. So if you are walking into a house and something spooks you, you can, if you press that button, but you realize, oh, it's actually not an emergency. It was just the dog they forgot to put in the backyard. You can put your safety pin in and it's going to silence that alarm. But if you have a real emergency or you've been startled and your phone is taken away from you or drops out of your hand, once that 30-second timer wears down, our 24-hour monitoring is going to call to check in on you. Hey, are you okay? Do you need help? Do you need someone to be sent to your location? You'll also see that big red button at the bottom. That's going to show up anytime there's an emergency. If you need help, but you can't ask for it, you don't want a phone call, you don't want to respond to a text message, you're just going to press and hold that button, and you're going to get help dispatched to your precise location immediately with nothing further. Okay, so we've really built this in a way to help you feel rest assured that you're not going to have false alarms, but also to get you help if you can't ask for it. So, really important to know that that panic button is with you every step of the way. Next is our proximity safety timer. This detects if you have stayed at a property for too long. So this is going to be an automatic safety timer that turns on and off when you arrive to properties that you've set up inside Tether RE. And we'll talk about how you set up properties in here, but just know that this does not have to be turned on and off. We did a lot of focus groups and people said, yeah, we forget to turn that, timer on, or we forget to turn it off. This is happening behind the scenes based on your geolocation. If you have one home set in your showing feature as an open house for a given Saturday, when you pull up to that property, that timer's going to start. When you leave that property, it's going to stop. If you have a string of showings, it will start and stop as you travel along that path. So this is a way for you to have safety running in the background without you having to do anything. All right. Impact struggle alert detection. This is going to detect any sudden movements. This could be a fall, a physical attack, or even a car accident. This is going to be alerted anytime that jostle is notified, and you're going to get that same screen that pops up. Hey, do you really need help? Or did you just drop your phone down the stairs at a showing? You can silence this by either putting your safety pin in, or if that timer goes off and you get a phone call, you can tell dispatch, hey, my phone tumbled down some stairs. I'm totally fine. Here's my safety pin. You also get a quick text from our monitoring service. You can text your pin. There's a lot of ways to turn these alarms off if they're not there. But the most important part is if you cannot get to your phone because you're injured or if you're unconscious, as that timer goes off, we're going to try to get a hold of you to make sure you're okay. And if we don't get a hold of you to determine that you're safe, we're going to send help to your precise location. Okay, the last service that I want to talk about is our buyer verification. This is the ability to look up a phone number, an address, or a criminal background on anyone that you're agreeing to meet in person. Now, this service is available to you, but I want to be clear on this. This is a pay-per-use feature. This is the only pay-per-use feature in your entire platform, okay? If you choose to use buyer verification services, when you look up a phone number, it's going to charge you 25 cents. If you look up an address, it'll charge you 25 cents. And if you look up a criminal background, it will charge you $1. So I want to be very clear on this portion. It is available to you inside your platform, but most of you will sign up today without putting a credit card in. So you'll notice that that feature is grayed out, and it will stay grayed out until you put a credit card in when you are setting up your profile. So just wanted to be super clear as we go through this. Now, I know I went through all of those features quickly. It's because I know how fast you all are at picking up new skills, but I want you to know at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a QR code that's going to have tutorial videos linked to it for all of the things I just went through. You can revisit any certain feature. You can always reach out to us if you have questions. So just know we have excellent support waiting for you if you need deeper information on any of these features. Okay. Now, wrapping up the safety conversation, we are very proud to share Beverly Carter's story with the people that we talk to when we travel around the world. Carl Carter is on our advisory board, and he has been instrumental in helping us understand what happened to his mom and build the layers of protection that you've seen inside our platform today. So he said to us he believes Tether RE could have saved his mother's life, and we take that very seriously. It drives the passion that we have behind this project. But we want you to think about the scenarios in which real estate agents are put in danger, the incidences that happen in the field, especially things like open houses, when you cannot pre-screen the people you're going to meet with. Having the ability to have all of these safety features when you need them is absolutely vital. All right, let's move into our productivity side. We understand emergencies aren't going to happen every day, and we want you to open Tether RE and use it so that those safety features are running in the background. So we made sure that we built things into Tether RE that you are going to love, that are going to make your life easier and your job easier, and they're actually going to save you money too. So let's talk about it. The first thing I want to mention, Tether can be branded to you. And I will show you guys your web portal here on this call today and show you how you can put your headshot here or your logo, whatever you want your client to see when you tether together for those showings, that's able to be set in your web portal. So absolutely doesn't look like a safety app being promoted. This looks like your app as you're sharing this with your clients. Most important, most valuable, most attractive feature inside Tether RE that you guys are all going to get for free if you're one of the first 133 in the group to sign up. Mileage tracking. I know most of you are already using a mileage tracker and paying for a mileage tracker. You now have an included mileage tracker inside Tether RE. It never charges you extra, no matter how many drives you do. This is best in class, you guys. This is an easy. You open Tether RE at the beginning of the day. It tracks all your miles. You swipe left or right or categorize based on business or personal. This is super slick, you guys. You can edit them. You can make sure that you are getting those hard-earned miles back when you report at the end of the year. Now, there's also an expense tracker in here, so you can take pictures of receipts, anything that you are doing throughout the day that is business related. So this is a huge benefit right here alone, and this is the reason that we hope you're using Tether every day, because ultimately that means all of your safety features are running in the background. Next up, the showing feature that I told you about, you guys. You are going to be able to organize your entire showing or your open house by putting this in either on your phone or in the web portal. You can do a string of 6 homes, you can do one home, you can do an open house. And what that's going to do is a few things. Number one, the productivity side, that's going to allow you to organize and categorize and even determine the shortest distance and optimal routing. But then you're going to share this with your client and they're going to get navigation. They're going to get property information that pops up when they pull into the property. So this to them just looks like a really slick tool that you've provided for them. Hey, I'm not going to lose you in traffic. I'm not going to get lost on the way. I'm going to see a few pictures and a little bit of info about every home. And oh, by the way, I can leave notes for you as my agent about each property. So this is just a really great tool on both sides. We've got really good feedback from both the agent and the buyer. The agent, you guys, are going to be able to either send the buyer to the properties or use a follow me feature if you want them to just chase you around town. Maybe you want to show them some extra features around this house you're trying to sell. Whatever works best for you. But this is a really slick productivity tool that you will be able to use. In the background, this is running your proximity safety timer, you guys. This is how the system knows when to turn that safety timer on and off, based on those properties you've added to your showing. So everything has a greater purpose, but we hope you see that this has a really great productivity feel as well. Okay, last slide of information that I want to share with you. And I understand this is not as pretty as my other slides. This is pulled directly from the most recent survey done by the National Association of Realtors. Your association obviously already understands this, but I want you guys to take a look at this. This is where people said when they were filled out these surveys, where do I feel most unsafe? Number one, open houses. This is why we do what we do. Having the ability for you all to now have a tool in your hands at all times, whether you know who's showing up to that property or not, with a layered approach. everything from that panic button if you need it, all the way through to that impact struggle alert if something was to happen and there was an altercation. Unfortunately, there are a lot of stories in the news, and a lot of them include physical violence. That impact alert was created for just those things. If there is a struggle, if your phone feels that impact, it's going to call for help for you. You don't have to do it. All right. Here's where we get to the part. I hope we made it before people had to kick off. We had one person that was going to have to kick off early. This right here, you guys, is your link to get signed up. Again, I encourage every single person on this call, based on the amount of people on this call, will have Tether RE provided for them by your association. So sign up, start using it, start playing with Tether RE, and see just how valuable this is. Now, I'm not going to walk you guys through the registration portion. This is going to be sent out to you again by your staff, but you can also screenshot this, take a picture, whatever you need to do, and have it ready for registration. What I want to do is make sure that when you are up and running with Tether RE, that you know where to go to get started quickly. So I'm going to give everyone just a second. I'm going to have my team jump on and see if there's any questions. And also, Fidencio, we may not be able to see the chat. So if you see any questions, please
Sure.
pop those in.
Will do.
We can open it up for questions now, anything about the platform. And I'm going to pull up my app to show you guys.
No questions so far, Vanessa.
It's because I just talk so fast and I've confused
well,
everyone.
I take that back.
There you go.
Jeannie says we are having an issue with the QR code not opening. And Sharon looks like saying the same thing. So
Okay, Brian is going to
Fidencio,
pop.
yep,
Or,
Fidencio,
there you go.
Fidencio just
Yep.
put the link right in there. He's, as you said,
I told you.
he's on it. So you can
You
just
guys are
click that
fine.
app, guys, and uh,
I never have any doubt when I'm working with Fidencio. He always has it figured out.
All right, let's go see here. By the way, you all, I know we're on the presentation right now, but yes, Nicole, exactly. If you go to Flex and click on menu, you're gonna find products, and Tether RE is launched as of right now. And what we've done is we've even pre-populated your MLS ID so you can just waltz on through. Now, Wally, I'm gonna ask you guys to put that away for a sec. Vanessa, go ahead and show them how this is done.
Absolutely. And I appreciate that. Okay. I want to walk you guys through the actual app. This is my phone. I literally have it open mirroring, and I just want to show you guys a couple things that'll give you almost like a quick start guide once you set it up. Okay, the first thing you'll notice, this is my homepage. I'll show you how to change this background image. This is what someone is going to see if I tether with them as well. So this is where that branding comes in. So obviously mine says Tether, but you can make this not look like a Tether app. All right, so the first thing you'll notice is the app is really slick on the front page. You have easy access to your client verify and your SOS alert right out the gate. So if I was to want to look someone up before I was meeting with them, I would click on my client verify and I get to choose. Am I going to do a phone number, an address, or a criminal background check? Now, we're really proud of the fact that you can do reverse addresses here inside Tether RE. That is a feature that's not common, but very important with the listing fraud that is happening in the industry. We really recommend before listing a property that you double check that that address is in fact registered as an owner of the person that you're talking to. So here, someone just said completed registration. That's how fast it is, you guys. It's really easy. So I'm going to go ahead and look up a phone number just to show you guys what it looks like. And I have a number here that I know is not boring like mine because I have no criminal background. But I'm just going to search and I'm going to click on this person. Okay. This is the information that it's going to show when you do a 25-cent phone number lookup, you guys. Okay. So it's going to tell you if they're deceased or not. And that may seem silly, but there are a lot of fraud cases where people impersonate people that are no longer alive. So that's a red flag if that says yes. You're going to be able to see date of birth. You're going to be able to see addresses, current, past, historical, all sorts of addresses, phone numbers for contact, Relationships, so these are going to be people that are related to that individual. That might come in handy if you have a young buyer and maybe they're coming up as a different name, but you find out maybe they're still on their mom's cell phone plan. I mean, that probably happens more than you know. And then email records as well. Okay, so all of that is going to be available just with that 25-cent search. Is this person who they say they are? Then you'll notice here that the criminal lookup is already populated now because it's pulled his birth date. If I click on that criminal lookup, this is the dollar charge. It's going to give me all of the things that this person has done and all of his offenses. If I click on them, it will go deeper into what the crime was. Long and short is that this person has multiple felony counts, and some of them are violent. So I would choose not to see this person in a home alone. Okay, so just want to quickly show you that. Again, if you sign up without adding your credit card, that client verify will be grayed out. And all you have to do is add your credit card in the billing section to be able to do that. So that is not paid for by the association. So we want to be very clear about that. All right, next up is your SOS alert down at the bottom. Once you set your safety pin, I encourage everyone to test this feature. When I press this button, I'm going to get that countdown timer I mentioned, and I have that ability to press and hold that red button for immediate help. Once I put my pin in, it just silences it. But I also encourage you to test letting that timer run out and letting our 24-hour Tether Safe monitoring call you. Get on the phone with them. See what that phone number looks like. Save that phone number to your contacts if you choose, or save it as some dummy name so that if it pops up in front of a captor, they don't know who it is. Whatever you need to do so that you recognize that number. Now, if you answer that phone call, all you have to say is, hey, I am testing the platform and here's my safety pin. And that's going to be silenced. Okay. So we really encourage you guys to understand your safety tools. It's like any other self-defense mechanism. You need to make sure you understand how to use it. Okay, quick indicators. You'll see it says mileage tracking is green and my safety permissions are green. That means that everything's turned on and I am tracking my miles and I have all my safety permissions on. If this safety permissions was to be red, you just click on it. It'll tell you exactly what setting on your phone needs to be changed and you're good to go. Okay? Important to note, people ask this often, do you need Tether to be tracking always? Yes, we want tracking to be turned on always at a very minimum while using the app. But if you turn it on to track always, it's ideal for safety purposes. We need to be able to send help to your precise location anytime. Okay, up at the hamburger menu on the top left, this is where you access all the other things that you're going to use inside Tether. And again, I'm going to send you guys codes. I'm going to send them to Fidencio. He's going to load them wherever you guys see them most for tutorial videos on all of these things. But I just want to give you a brief overview. The profile settings at the top left is where I can change a lot of my settings. The first thing I want you all to do is to go to your 24-hour monitoring and toggle it on. Okay. You want to make sure that this is on so that our monitoring service can contact you. Your safety contacts are here. You can add or edit them here. You'll notice my pin is here, but it's marked out. It doesn't show me what it is. You are going to be able to change your pin here, but you cannot see your pin. That's a safety precaution. If you want to see your pin, you'll have to log into your web portal, which I'll show you. Fidencio, did you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. Well,
Yeah.
you're monitoring me all the time. I don't want my information out there.
Great question. So people ask all the time, what are you doing with this information? Why are you tracking me all the time? What do you know? What do you not know? Let me just clarify to everyone. Tether RE does not own this data, does not collect this data, does not store this data, does not sell this data. This data is routed to our emergency services, and it is only able to be looked at if there is an active emergency. So fear not, this information is going nowhere. Every single thing you look up stays with you. I'll show you guys where you can look up all the people you've looked up before, but Tether does not own or sell or distribute or use in any way this data. So please rest assured knowing that this is a safety tool, okay? This is not a data tool, and your information is completely safe. Another random question we get that reminds me of Fidencio is, people will say, it asked me to turn my contacts on. I don't want it to have all my contacts. That does not give Tether RE your contacts. That gives the Tether RE app permissions to go to your contacts and pull one of your clients or your husband or wife for the safety contacts. That does not have anything to do with data shared with Tether RE. So that's another question we get all the time. That's just giving Tether RE permission. If you have John Smith saved as your client and you want to add him to a showing later, it will populate for you. So great question. Okay. Another important alert here in your safety pin is that impact alert we talked about. You can turn your impact alert on or off, and you can also change the sensitivity. We recommend everyone play with their impact alert and make sure that setting is set correctly for your phone, your habits, and you. Okay. Some people are more aggressive with their phones. Some people's phones are more sensitive. Some people may want it set really, really firm, but just test that. You can also determine like, okay, when I'm on my bike, I fall down a lot. I don't want it to track me when I'm on my bicycle. So you can turn different features on and off for that impact alert. Okay. Once you save that, you have the ability to make sure that everything is set the way that you want. Okay. Now, oh, my screen's wonky. There we go. The other thing that I want to show you guys is the setting feature here in Tether RE. I can access this right on my phone or I can do it on my computer. People like to add data different ways, but I'm just going to show you where to find this information. I can either join an active showing or reactivate a past showing. This is what it's going to look like. I'm going to have my properties listed in here. I'm going to have a little bit of information about them. And I'm also going to have the ability with this little calendar view to change my proximity, safety, timer, duration. Okay. If you never touch your safety proximity timer, it's always going to be set for 45 minutes, but you can always go in and change it for more or less time. So maybe you're showing a horse property and you need more time to look through the stables. You can change this to 60 minutes or whatever you determine. Okay. We encourage you to play with this. Everything can be done, like I said, from the phone and the web. And we have really in-depth tutorial videos to walk you through. But it's very, very simple. Once you start a showing, you'll notice your SOS button is available down there on the bottom right, like always. And I have the ability now to start this showing by navigating by car. Okay? All right. I'm going to end this navigation and end the showing. It's always going to ask me for my safety pin because we only want you ending the showing because that turns off safety features. All right. Last thing I want to show you in more depth is your mileage tracker here. This is where you're going to go to categorize your miles. These are all my uncategorized miles here. You're going to swipe left for personal, right for business, or I can press the buttons. I can edit or delete drives. You'll notice it's tracking my potential savings for the year. And if I click on this little eye above potential savings, I can change the amounts listed there. We have it defaulted at the current rate, but if you need to change those amounts for any time, that's where your mileage is calculated. Okay, super slick, you guys. This feature alone is a huge payback. If you're not tracking your miles currently, you have no idea what you're missing. If you are, you know the value of that write-off for sure. All right, training guides. I mentioned to you that we have all sorts of training guides, a very robust library of tutorials. That's all accessible here inside your Tether RE app. And we also just have a straight YouTube page with everything on it that will make sure we get to you that has everything in one place. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my app and I'm going to quickly roll over to your web portal, show you a couple things, and then we'll be open for Q&A, you guys. So let me know, my team or Fidencio, let me know if there are any questions in the chat that we need to address.
We've been lining them up and knocking them down as they come up.
I could tell there you guys are heads down. I love it. I think Fidencio needs a job at Tether is what I think.
Also, we can see, Brian and I can see the registrations just flying in. So
Yes,
we're super excited that a lot of you guys are joining. It's as fast as we're talking and the computer can process them. So
and I'm assuming Brian, you're head down helping Rick right now, right? I love it. I can just tell he has he gives me a face when I know he's doing something. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go back to my screen. Okay, guys, I just want to show you guys really quickly how to get to your web portal. You just go to tetherre.com like I have here, and you log in, and it's going to get you to your web portal. This is it. Okay. You can do things on both sides. You can do it on your phone. It will show up on your web portal. You can do it on your web portal. It'll show up. Different agents want to work in different ways. Maybe you have an assistant that adds your showings. Maybe you just like to work on your laptop and not your phone. I just want to show you a couple things here in the web portal that are exclusive to the web portal. Okay. The first thing, I'm going to go to my profile settings here. This is a lot like the profile settings in the app, but there are a couple things that are different here. Number one, you'll notice I can view my safety pin. Okay, if you are sitting there thinking, okay, I'm pretty sure I set it as 0901, but I can't remember, you're not going to see it in your app, but you can see it if you log in for obvious reasons. Now you're behind a password protected screen, you've logged in. We're going to show you your pin. So if you don't necessarily want to change your pin, but you want to make sure it is what you think it is, you can come right here and look, you guys. Now, the other thing that's exclusive to the web portal are these two things here. This is your background photo. This is what's going to show up when you tether with your buyer. This can be anything you want. You just click the little edit button at the bottom here and it will place it in there. We also have a cropping tool. Fun fact, if you want it to fit perfectly on your phone, get a picture, open it on your phone and take a screenshot. That's going to fit your phone perfectly, okay? Be mindful of the fact you're going to have buttons, so don't put your face really low while you have buttons over your mouth. You guys are smart. You'll figure it out. Okay, and then down here, the agent links. Remember back on the showing setting, all that property information that popped up when you pull into a property? There is a link at the bottom of every piece of property data, and that link is custom. You can make that link go anywhere and say anything. So you see I have it as Tether RE, and it goes to the Tether website. But you can set that, let me scroll down a little so you can actually see that. There you go, it's down here at the bottom. You can set that to be your listing page, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, whatever you want can show up at the bottom of every property page when your client pulls up to a property. So that is a really cool feature. We encourage you to play with that and make sure that's set somewhere where you want all of your eyes to be. Okay, Client Verify in the web portal is really cool because it will show every lookup you've ever done. Okay? Just to you. We don't own this information. This is just yours. So I can go back to any record I've ever looked up and look at it in detail, and I don't have to look them up again. It's saved here. I do it one time and it keeps it forever. So this is really great for looking back, or if you want to share this information with an office mate or your teammate, whatever you want to do. The showing feature is here. I can look at this in more detail on a bigger screen if I choose, but this is all the same information that I showed you on the phone. This is really slick. This system is really intuitive. I can drag and drop. I can add buyers. I can change the dates. I can do whatever I want from here, and it's going to automatically go to my phone and get ready for me to take my phone in the car with me. So really, really cool here. Mileage is also here. You have your history. These are all my uncategorized miles still. The one thing I want to show you here is this is where you export. So there's an export button right there. Put it in whatever format, send it to your accountant at the end of the year. So that's the most important part, is sending those away. Same with your expenses. Okay, training page is also here, you guys. Everything we tried to make really, really self-explanatory. Last thing I'll show you, if you go to your profile, or excuse me, the little settings wheel over here, there is a billing section. People asking if you start without a credit card, but you want the ability to be able to do those reverse lookups or criminal background checks, just go to billing and add a credit card. It's super slick. Okay?
Looks like we got an interesting question here from Martha.
Ready.
Is Client Verify updated if the person has committed an offense since we verified them? I'm assuming should say last there.
That's a great question. It will just take a screenshot of what was pulled the first time. So it will not live update. That's a great question, and we have never had that asked.
I was reading that and I thought, man, what a great question.
What a great question. Yeah.
But that might be, we're growing and we're launching in a whole bunch of markets across the country, but we're still new enough and malleable enough when we get great questions that become great ideas and they become solutions. So we'll definitely take a look at that.
Yeah.
Martha,
run it up the chain.
What a great idea.
Yes. So that is fantastic.
So I want to
I'm
ask
gonna go
if
ahead and
they requested the location, should we leave it to always on, yes or no?
yes, I would do always on and I would always do that. Remember the purpose of this app. Yes, it's got a really cool mileage tracker. It's got really cool showing settings, but our goal with this product is anytime you have an emergency, we can track your location at that moment and send help to your precise location. So, yes. People ask all the time, "Oh, isn't that going to run my battery down?" It's not going to run your battery down any more than any other app. And we've actually really focused on that. Our team has been very mindful of the fact that we need our phones all day. So we've figured out ways to optimize that. Most users don't have any complaints about the battery issue. I'm guessing most of you realtors are like me. Your phone's dying by 3 p.m. anyway, right? We all have phone chargers everywhere. So we
I want to
love
make
that.
a comment, Vanessa. You said something that was super important. So you said, what happens when you cannot pre-screen the person at an open house? So I know that some of the other safety software out there, that's their main feature. Pre-screen, pre-screen, pre-screen. What happens when someone walks in? We have a gentleman in our community that I think means no harm, but is going into the open houses. He's a really large guy. He's probably 6'4", a couple inches, big
Yep.
guy. And he makes people feel very uncomfortable. Men, women, doesn't matter.
Yep.
And what happens when this guy walks in? You don't know his name.
Exactly.
Are you
You
gonna
didn't know
hold
he
on,
was
sir?
coming.
Let me get your first and last name. Are they really gonna
Exactly.
give it to you?
Exactly. And that's a great point you bring up also. Yes, open houses are the most dangerous and they are the most offenses happen there. Think about the last three big stories in the news. They were all open houses. So think about number one, you're never guaranteed to have an offender give you the correct information for a pre-screen. Oh, that's funny. We call him Ninja Rick. I love that. So Ninja Rick may or may not give you accurate information. He could give you his uncle's phone number and name pretty easily, and you would never know any different. Where we really pride ourselves is safety in the field. When you've already agreed to meet with someone, regardless, we also know that you still have discretion. Maybe you look up someone and they just have a few traffic infractions and you decide still to go see them. The stats show that a criminal commits a crime 11 times before they're ever caught, let alone convicted. So, having a clean criminal record is a good start, but you cannot end your safety precautions there. You still need to do your due diligence. And it goes even beyond Tether. We still need to make sure we're practicing safe practices. We're not pinning ourselves without an exit route. We're not turning our backs to anyone. We're paying attention and we're vigilant. But that layered approach is what's important. So, let's say Ninja Rick goes from being just the goofy guy that shows up and means no harm to becoming harmful. You have your panic button. You have your impact alert. I teach people shake your phone and slap it on your hand. If you don't want to push anything or open a screen, that impact alert will send an alert just as quickly. So we're really proud of the fact that during the most vulnerable times for agents, which happen to be open houses, you still have all of these safety features in your hands. So we are excited to give that peace of mind. Like we understand emergencies don't happen every day, but just having that peace of mind of having that extra piece is fantastic.
We've got a question here from Sharon.
Okay.
Share contacts. Do you select only ones you want to share versus all? Why do we want to share contacts again? Question
There
mark,
you go.
question mark, question mark.
There you go. I love it. See, I told you this one always comes up. Sharing your contact list with Tether RE just gives the app itself the ability to pull your contacts up if you use them later in the app. For example, if you pull them up as a safety contact, if you pull them up to add them as a buyer, it's going to pull your contact list. If you don't allow it to do that, you're just going to have to manually enter their name and phone number. So that's just a convenience tool inside the app. We recommend people share because you usually do not you'll have it in there. Why not use select? I'm not sure I understand that question. To safety. Okay, I see another question too I will ask. So Sharon's asking, can you just do individual? Absolutely. You can do it one at a time. You can pull it yourself if you don't want to have it. The other thing is people are like, I have 20,000 contacts. Is it going to download all of those into my app? No. It's just going to give us the ability to open your contacts to select a name if you choose to do that. So you do not have to do it if it makes you uncomfortable, but just know it's not going to take like 4 hours to download your 60,000 contacts. It's just an access thing. Someone else asked about safety contacts, and I kind of briefly went over this, so I want to go back into this a little bit. Safety contacts, you can add up to 3 in your Tether app, and all 3 of these people, you need one, so at least one up to 3. Every single person you have saved as a safety contact is going to get an alert when you are in danger. If you push your SOS alert, if your proximity safety timer goes off, if your impact alert goes off, they're going to get a text message and a link with your exact location, saying exactly what the alert was and where you are. Now, that is in addition to us contacting 24-hour safety monitoring and them escalating as well. The other thing that happens is if we dispatch help to your precise location, dispatch will then contact your safety contacts and let them know there was an emergency. We determined this was the cause. We sent this help. So that is going to be just an over and above safety feature. Now, the reason we do it that way, that is a lot different, is because your safety contacts might not be available. They may not be able to help you. They may not have the means to help you. If you need a police officer and you send your aunt, that may not be an effective solution to, this situation that's happening. So great question about the safety contacts. You can also start with one and add some later. You can switch them. We like you to tell the people that are your safety contacts so that when they get these messages, they know. So yes, great question on the safety contacts as well.
Karen, by the
Anything?
way, that question, can you change anytime to all settings in your phone are usually modifiable?
Yes. Yep, 100%. And if you ever need help with anything, you're like, "Hey, when I first set it up, I didn't want to put all my contacts in, but now I do." Just reach out to support and we'll help you. So, that is not a worry at all, Sharon. You can do that later on.
Hey, Brian, we were trying to make it easy by getting that VC dot, and it seems like it's confusing everyone.
Way to go, Fidencio. That's his fault.
No, no, it's totally fine. And yeah, I put it in the chat, but just for clarity, all you need to do, we already added the VC. If you want, just to finish, we use this information to verify that you guys have active accounts, so that we're not, giving other people who aren't members of CSMAR to,
Free
the
access
free
to Tether.
account. That's right. So it is important. But what you'll need to do is just put the C and then the number. It usually looks like a VC dot, C and then a string of numbers. So all you'll need to do is put the C and the string of numbers. We'll use that to verify that your membership is good, and then you should be able to finish the registration process. If you do have any issues, any questions, any problems, please feel free to email support@tetherre.com, or you can even email me directly at Brian, Brian, I spell it the right way, at tetherre.com.
The right way, said Brian. That's funny.
Brian, okay.
Yeah, Brian.
Simmer down.
We will make sure that we get Fidencio the link and QR code for the tutorial videos, even though they are in your app and they are on the web. And we'll make sure, I think the best way is going to be for them to go through your MLS interface or your homepage. So we'll make sure that all of that information gets together. Normally I worry about this stuff, but not with you. I know you'll get it all to your people. Okay, could
Yeah.
you explain what it looks like or what a buyer has to do when you send it? Oh, that's a great question. Okay. So if I decide to connect a buyer to the showing, which you do not have to do, by the way, okay? But there is an added layer of protection that I didn't touch on, so this is a great segue. When you invite a buyer, it's going to send them a text message. Brian can probably tell you exactly what that text message says, but it basically says, Vanessa would like to Tether to connect you to your showing, okay? When they click on that, they are going to get prompted to download a free version of Tether RE, and it's just a buyer's version. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles you have. So it's a quick setup. They don't have to pay for anything. It's an instant access situation. Then they're going to be able to start their showing. They get turn-by-turn navigation to the homes. As they get close to the property, a property box pops up with pictures, information, and that custom link at the bottom that I showed you how to set. And then they are going to be able to see you on the map. Okay? So people ask all the time, well, what if we're done? Once you end the showing, they can no longer see where you are. They can no longer see your location. The hidden safety feature inside your buyer accepting to tether, which they agree to, by the way, is that we can search their location in an emergency. So, for example, if they are a bad actor and they come and harm you and they get rid of your phone and they take you somewhere, we can track their phone. So that is a hidden safety feature where we are able to track both sets of information in an emergency. Okay, so we really recommend that you connect with your buyer. It can be wrapped up in this pretty package of, hey, you're going to get turn-by-turn navigation, information about the homes. You can write notes to me so I can keep track of everything you loved. But by the way, this is also a safety feature. People say, well, what if they won't do it? That's a red flag. So proceed with caution and use your other tether features is what we say to that. So that's a great question.
Have you guys seen those? Probably, but this home protected by, and then the logo of that security company. Have you seen that? Yeah. So
Oh
Yes.
yeah, you
I,
bet.
I was showering this morning. I was thinking, I was like, what if they had like a printout like this home protected, this open house protected by, maybe not the logo, but like this.
Listen, we're here
Yeah,
for it. Okay,
yeah.
everyone that
We've
signs
talked about
up,
it.
everyone that signs up already, so those people that have signed up gets an email that has this agent is tether safe. We
Mhm.
send logos to people because we also agree with that. You and Scott would be nerding out right now if he was on this call. He wants to make billboards for people's cars, like this agent protected by tether, this home protected by tether, this open house protected by tether. But we actually, in a separate safety call, we've learned that there are agents printing out signs that say this home is being monitored by video. And so they are going to make new signs that say this home is monitored by video and the agent is protected with Tether RE. So we think all of these show of forces, that's what we call it in the military, a show of force, right? I'm going to alert anyone who attempts to do harm that I have protections in place. And we all know criminals don't go for the hard targets. They go for the easy targets. So the more that you can do, the better. We recommend you promoting it on your social media, you putting it on your reminder. This is another reason why when you're tethering to a buyer, they are seeing that you have this safety feature in place. They are able to Google what Tether RE does. So yes, yes, and yes. We'd be okay if you got tattoos, honestly. Support it. We would support it.
Just as long as you do it safely.
Yes, do it safe. Make sure your Tether app is on when you go there. So,
I
Okay.
just
and
want to.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
I
I was going to mention two things, just in general. Number one, Fred has signed up for Tether before his root canal started, so that's
Let's go,
great news
Fred.
for all of us. Secondly, I just want to make a quick mention. When you join Tether, you're going to get an email, and it's going to
Yes.
invite you to join the Tether Safe community. So we've at the urging of our members, have created this almost private group of Tether members. It includes a private Facebook group where we share ideas and tips and Ninja Rick issues, whatever we want. We have there's agents from across the country in this thing. And so it's a great way to learn about safety, but to make connections with other realtors and other markets and maybe even a referral partner.
Yeah.
We also do a monthly Zoom call that is exclusive for TetherSafe members. Yesterday, we interviewed Kevin Sears, the 2025 NAR president, and talked to him about a lot of stuff in the industry and safety. So you get access to a whole lot of new stuff and new people by joining that TetherSafe community. It's completely free as a benefit of being a Tether member.
I couldn't agree more. You guys, that Tether Safe community has been so fantastic. That's where a lot of the ideas about the open house were shared as well. So we're really excited about that. And it's safety month, you guys. You guys are getting access to the most comprehensive safety platform paid for by your association during safety month. How much more epic is that? It doesn't get any more epic than that.
I'm
Okay.
saying.
All right. I don't think we have any more questions. I would love to give you guys back 10 minutes of your day. We have this recorded as a reminder. If anyone is watching this on the replay and can't see the chat, if you need anything moving forward while you're setting up, support at tetherre.com or to contact Fidencio if you have an issue with your number or it showing your eligibility, mls@csmaor.com. Got to fix that, man.
The Chinese company, they're just ahead of us.
They're behind.
By the way, if anyone was ever wondering why we're CSMAOR.com, but our actual acronym is CSMAR.com, CSMAR, it's because there was a Chinese car manufacturer that took CSMAR.com. And so we just got stuck with CSMAOR.com. Little tidbit information for you guys.
Fun fact.
Vanessa, Brennan, Brian, thank you all so much for joining us. We're really excited. I'm so excited that we can actually do something as opposed to just say, call the cops, right?
Yep.
So thank you.
Yes, it's been a pleasure, you guys. We look forward to partnering with you for all the years to come. Make sure you share it with your friends that you want to be safe. And I say that with a smirk. And if you guys need us, we're here. So we'll be in touch. And this is just the beginning.
Go. Bye, guys. Have a good rest of
Goodbye,
your day.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.